She's arrived. What do we got here, mate?
Someone ordered a motor.
Oh, the outboard's here, boys. Hey guys, welcome back to Angry Mack Adventures. Now, I know we're not painting the boat this weekend, but if you are from Perth, you'll probably know that the weather is not looking good at the moment, so we're going to hold off on the paint at the moment. But while I've got a day or two to spare, I'm just going to run you through everything that I'm going to be putting in the boat, accessories, and also what engine we're going to be putting on the back of the beast. After we paint the boat, these are a couple of the main important accessories that I've purchased to start putting on as soon as that's finished. And what we've done is we put a 500 GPH bilge pump. We've also got a marine switch panel. This will pretty much run all the lighting, bilge pump, VHF radio, everything on here. So I'll have it on the dash, which I'll show you where I've actually cut that out in a second. I've also got an adapter for the VHF. So if you guys seen, I think, part one of the build where it's just kind of sitting in there, you can buy these adapters that actually make it sit really, really nicely. Now I'm running LED strip lights on the side just to give some lighting when we go snapper fishing at night or if you're cruising, and also you need navigation lights if you are running at night, and an anchor light, which I still have to purchase. So there's plenty of cleats that you can buy for the boat, and we're going with this design here. So they're a pull-up design to moor the boat, and then when you push them down they sit nice and flush, and I'll show you what we've done and where we put them in a second. We've also had to buy a couple of hinges for that anchor hatch that we're building at the moment. So we're running a marine cable wiring throughout the whole boat. This is marine spec, so the idea of the tin wire is to stop corrosion in the boat, but I will in the next couple of weeks have a video of wiring all the 12-volt setup onto the boat, dual batteries and all sorts. So I bought some Corrie, that just gives it an extra layer of protection, so it makes it all look nice and neat. I've also got myself a new fuel gauge. As for the stereo system, you've got to have a good stereo in the boat. Georgia was kind enough to buy this for my birthday, which was last weekend, and it's the Wet Sound marine receiver. So anything wet sounds from Perth, go down to Tackle HQ and see Tyrone. We'll give this a go and see how it runs. There was a couple of other things that I purchased as well for the boat, and that's just another hatch, which is, I'll show you guys where I cut that out in a second. I'll play those clips very shortly. But the last but not least is the high drive hydraulic steering. So you can have two options when it comes to steering, is a cable and hydraulic. Cable, they're okay, they're cheap, but they tend to break, and when you're out, especially when you're out 20 miles, you don't want that stuff breaking down. So I end up going with the hydraulic system from Hydrive. So I'll be installing that when we put the outboard on. And as for the VHF, we're just running a GME antenna, so I'll be mounting that at the front. So a question that I've been smashed with for a long time is, what engine am I putting on the back of the beast? And the outboard is the 115 horsepower Evinrude E-Tech. Now the reason why I did go with an E-Tech is, number one, they're two-stroke. I love that down-low torque that the two-strokes produce. And also, there's actually not a lot of engines that run the 20-inch shaft. They're all 25, 30-inch shafts nowadays. Because this boat is almost 40 years old, it does have a 20-inch transom. And that was a debate whether or not I was going to do a 25-inch transom, but I decided to stay with the 20-inch, and I found myself a really nice second-hand Evinrude E-Tech. So a couple of you guys may not agree with me saying that 4-stroke is the way to go. So I've had a really good history with the Evinrude E-Techs. My old man, he actually has a Evinrude E-Tech on the back of his Tournament Mustang, which I've actually had a few videos up on YouTube about, but I believe that this here is the best fit for the Voyager. So that's the engine, and let's roll on the clips of what we've been doing in the last couple of days. Last night we took all the masking tape off. There is a couple of little areas that I've missed, but I'll get back to them later. But this is the fun stage. So what I'm doing is I'm actually cutting out everything on the dash with all these templates. So I've got my new switchboard and it comes with like this template. So I've just cut it out and I'm just marking it up now. I've got another gauge, so I've got 3 gauges for the engine that I'm using, and I've also got another gauge I need to cut out for the fuel. There's a fuel gauge, and I'm also putting in an access hatch on the floor here. There's just something about brand new tools. Oh, love it. So I've just pre-drilled a couple of holes just so you can put the blade in, straighten her up. Lovely. So I'm putting these nice morning cleats on the side of the boat, so they just pop up like that. So what I've done is I've just marked out and made a template that sits perfectly around. And what I've done with this template is I've just then put it onto the side of the boat. I've marked the corner and just traced around. So I've got myself a nice template to cut, and then what I've done is I've flipped this over, so then the template's exactly the same on this side. Oh, beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little episode. As you can see from behind, the weather is not with us at the moment, so we are planning to paint it in the next week or two. So sit tight, and I'll see you in the next one. You!